You are what you are in this world. That's either one or two things. Either you're somebody or you're nobody.
I heard that at first Denzel wasn't quite sure if he wanted to take on the role for this, and so what was it that kind of convinced him in the end? Because I know he works with your brother so much. And
Yeah, he worked with Tony 4 times. I think they'd gone so far into it, and he'd gone so prepped that when it flatlined, it just collapsed. I think the budget was getting out of control. That was it. It was like switching off the heat, you know. And then when I went back to Brian after 2 years, I knew it hadn't been made. I said, you know, I can make it now if you want, and let's talk. And he said, I'll try and light rekindle the flame. I said, I think we can get Russell on board. So Brian was able to go in with, Russell and myself, and I think that made Denzel pay attention.
So in a way, for him, was it easier for him to prepare for the character because he had known it?
He was prepped. I think he was really prepared, and I think what he came back in is he just refreshed himself. We met again. I met at length with Frank Lucas. I saw Frank Lucas every day for 16 weeks. Richie Roberts I saw a little bit at the beginning, and then he came with more frequency to the movie. So yeah, it was very unusual, the fact that the two guys are still alive and kicking.
To have Russell kind of come in after a good year, I mean, was it almost a continuous kind of work?
Yeah, I was right down there. We were in Provence, which is not a bad place to work, actually. And I lived there. I've been there 17 years. So it was a bit, I felt guilty. I was there working every day in this house, 12 minutes from my house. So, and Russell adored it. And I said, have you ever read this thing called American Gangster? He said, yeah. He said, but I think there's not enough in there for Richie Roberts. I said, yeah, but I think it's been brought up. So that's how it began. I started to engage him in the possibility.
One of the interesting things is the film is also shot in Thailand, which we also broadcast to. So I'm just wondering, what was it like shooting there and kind of the work conditions?
Effortless. It was 1 week. I mean, I went in 2 days prior and shot. I saw the locations videoed them. I saw the locations. I said, right, we'll shoot that way and that way. I wanted to be in that field because of that rock. Beautiful rock and those mountains. What do you call them? Are they? They're not mountains. They're rocks.
They're rocks, yeah.
Yeah, but huge rock. And it was effortless. Stayed in Chiang Mai 4 seasons. What could be better?
And then having Denzel come in, I mean, was this his first trip to Asia, or was it kind of seeing him?
I think it may have been. I mean, I'm sure he's done Japan and for junkets and things like that, but I don't think he'd actually been in the country like that. So he enjoyed it. I loved it. Wow.
One last question then. The story of Frank, it's taken so long to finally come into fruition, and why do you think a story like his took this long for people to know about? Because I didn't know about it until I saw the film, but then I realized an article didn't come out until 2000. So here's a bit of city legend that people knew about.
I'd heard about this person, Frank, of that period, and I'd heard about the ghastly nature of how he'd ship in the heroin, which that is always the most shocking, and yet somehow it gets least important. In coffins and body bags, you're going to pack heroin. That's pretty ghastly, isn't it? But it's amazing how we're so numb to ghastly behavior, we go, well, okay. So actually the characters becomes the most interesting thing.
It was a wonderful film. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
It was nice talking to you.
Thank you.